Hello you guys, so I am going to make another applique with all of my wonderful washi tape that came on envelopes and gifts from the mail. So I am just going to start by doing it this way. I like to do it on the back side, so this is the printed image. I'm doing a cat this time. Actually, I'm doing a series of 3 cats. And I like to put it on the back of it. Now, if you can't see it real well, you can always trace it so that you can see it better. I can see this one pretty well by lifting it up. And then if you need to glue some of these pieces down, if they've lost their stick, then go ahead and do that. But I just randomly put the tape down. I have it stuck here underneath my shelf. And like if it's got paper from whatever it was stuck on the envelope. I try to peel some of that off. It's not really that big of a deal to me. I haven't used my glue in so long that I don't even know what shape any of this stuff is going to be in. I mean, typically I use this stuff daily and I haven't used it in a while, so I don't know. So I felt like I needed to do this because Scott is going to fix my shelf. And it's either take all the tape off or do something with it. So I got some mail from Linda in Norway, and I didn't have any place to stick any of my tape from her packages, and I'm like, Kim, you need to like get on the ball and do something with it. So I thought, let's just get it. Let's just get it. They're pretty quick to make. They're fun to make. I really enjoy it. And so that's what I'm a-doing. That's what I'm a-doing. So that's it. That's all you do. You just add tape, your washi tape, to the backs of these. And if this way, doesn't suit you and there's a better way to do it, then by all means do it your way. This is just the way that I do it. That one's pretty sticky, but it does have paper and quite a bit of spots on it, so come on, glue. I am just going to reinforce this. Okay, so probably what I'm going to do is fast forward y'all through this. I just like to pick it up to make sure that I've covered that I've got a little bit hanging over my lines here so that when I cover it, the entire image is covered, okay? So that's why I pick it up and look at it and then just snip it off. And so I'm just going to keep going in that manner. And then when I get this image completely filled, and I'm actually I'm going to dangle these off of each other, so this one is the same size, I believe, yeah. So I've got a smaller one that I'm going to dangle from this bigger one, I think, and then I've got even a bigger one. So as soon as I get these all filled, I'll fast forward you through some of it, I don't want to bore you completely, and then when I get them cut off, we'll move on. So I completely have this one filled up. So this is the back side of the paper, this is the front side of the paper. So now when I go to cut this, I will have a clear line. I can use these bigger scissors. I have a clear line of where I'm cutting. So I just follow the line. And you guys, these come out so stinking cute. Now if you don't have, you know, if you're not reusing washi tape, just use your new washi tape. If you don't want to dangle these, I have them dangled, some from my chandelier back here behind me, because my craft room is actually the dining room. But we don't use the dining room. We eat in our kitchen. We have an eat-in kitchen as well, but we don't need a formal dining room. And so my craft room is actually the dining room, the formal dining room. And so we have this chandelier hanging, and it's not a very pretty chandelier. So I hang it from I hang some from the chandelier, which is really cute. But I also have some hanging from my curtain rod by my desk, my craft desk. And they brighten up the window. They just look so cute dangling from the window. I do have beads hanging from some of them. So that's why I call them, they're like applique dangles, like washi tape applique dangles. I don't know what else to call them. And they just make me happy, you know. I have butterflies, I have hearts, I have birds, I've made flowers, just all kinds of, you know, whatever you can think of. If you Google animal appliques, you'll get all different or animal templates. You'll get all kinds of different templates for all different kinds of animals. If you're into elephants, you could do elephants. Whatever you want to do. Typically you need to do 2 of them to make it 2-sided, because as you'll see, this is going to be kind of flimsy. So if you're going to use it as a dangle, then you're going to want it to be a little bit more substantial, or it's going to be flimsy. So I'm going to have to do 2 of these and then glue them together. You know, and if I don't have enough washi tape, then I can, sorry, the girls are getting kind of loud. You can save it and then add more as you go, or you could add, you know, your own washi tape to it. But see how cute they come out? If you don't want to make a dangle, you could use this as an embellishment. You could put it on a journal page. There's so many things that you could use them for, but I love to dangle them in my window. They just bring me so much joy to have them hanging there like that. So see, it's not very durable. It's not significant enough to just dangle this. So what I'll have to do is put a piece of chipboard in between, but if I cut another one this size and do another one and then glue them together, then it gives me enough, they have enough body to them to where then I can connect them. And they look really cute if you like do big, small, medium, and then a smaller one and kind of dangle them in a row. They look really cute that way, but look how cute they are. Oh, I just love them so much. They can't get any cuter than this. So let's see, did I do one this exact same size? I was debating. Yes, he is this size. So, in order to do him this size, now remember, you need to do opposites if you're gluing him together. So he's going this way, right? Because I did it on the back side of the page. So in order for me to do him the exact same size, I'm going to have to do it on the opposite side. So that means I'm going to have to tape this size. So in order for me to do that, I need to be able to see on the other side when I cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker, and it is kind of hard to see. I don't have a light box. But what I can do is I can go and put this up on my window, which is what I'm going to do, but I can't use this pen. I'm going to have to use a Sharpie so that I can see clear through it. And I'm going to put it up against my window, and I'm going to trace this guy out. So that's okay, so you just do that with however many pieces that you plan on putting together. So if I choose to do a smaller cat and add a smaller cat down here, if I want to put the bigger cat up on top, I probably have enough washi to do both, because I do have some big pieces of duct tape as well. So I probably have enough to do a small cat and a big cat, which was my original plan, so we'll see. So let's give this another minute to kind of dry. And I don't actually, I get these permanent markers at the Dollar Tree because I find that they work better than the Sharpies when I'm going around the edges of things like this. You get 2 of them for $1, so I'm going to go around my edges. And it just hides where you joined those pieces together. You got to be careful because you just saw what I did. I wrote directly on to the face of my cat. Okay, so I'm just going to go around here, and that will just kind of hide where I put all of those papers together. And just take your time when you're doing this. I could have also done this prior to gluing them together, just to hide the white of the cardstock. Or I could have used black cardstock, but the problem with doing that, then you can't see the lines of your image. So you got that. I guess you could cut it out and use the template and then draw with a white pencil or something onto white cardstock and then cut them out that way, but however, you know, it feels comfortable to you. Whatever makes sense in your mind. Or if you know it doesn't bother you, you can avoid this part of it altogether. If it doesn't bother you. On some of mine I didn't do this. For some reason on the cat it seemed like it needed to be. Okay, so I went over in a couple of places. You could leave it like this, but the one thing that, like, if you watched Kendra's Butterflies, she painted around the edges, or it gave a rim. So I thought on my cats what I would do is maybe do a small edge of black to outline these guys, just to see if I liked it. Kind of like on Kendra's Butterflies. Because it really did make the butterflies pop, even though those weren't done with washi tape. I think that it might help finish the edges of the washi tape appliques. I figured I would give it a try on this one. If I didn't like it, I just wouldn't do it on the next one. You could use paint for this if you chose to. I'm not giving it a very thick line, I'm just giving it a really thin line. It doesn't like going over that gold much. It's kind of resisting the permanent marker. I like the zebra print, it looks good on the cat's tail. But yeah, these just have a lot of meaning to me. You know, when I look at it, I look at them and I think about how blessed I am to have such great people that watch my videos, and I've made such great friends, such a great support system that we all have here, and how blessed I am and how blessed my family is from all of you. And yeah, they just, honestly, they make me so happy. These little creatures that I've created with the washi tape that you all have sent on your envelopes, whether it's been on ATC swaps that I've done, racks. Gotten so many wonderful racks from people, random acts of kindness that people have sent. And it's, you don't have to throw away that washi tape. You can reuse it and make something beautiful out of it. And you can make something a little bit different each time that you sit down to do it. So I like it with that on there. And then I've got my little paint bottle here that I can put little dots on here. Now my outline is very small. Let me do a dab. Okay. So I went very small little dots. What's nice about these little fine liner bottles, now these ones that I'm using here are made by Doris. you get 4, or I got 4. I got them off of Amazon. You can write with these. I opted to try these because I really want some paint pens, but paint pens are so expensive. So I saw these little guys and I thought, well, you know what, maybe I'll try these to see how well they work. And so I ordered them. You get 4 in a package. And I just used 2 of them. I put black in one and white in the other. And they work really good because you can control the size of the dots that you want. I really wanted to get some Posca paint pens, but I think that this actually works better for me. Not that I've ever had a Posca paint pen, but they're kind of expensive. And I think that this works just as well. I can control the size of my dots, so I don't have to have, you know, different size Posca paint pens to do different jobs. I can simply just control the size of my dots with this. This will write, this will draw lines, swirlies, whatever. Okay, so I'll let that dry before I do the other side. So I got 4 of these. I don't remember how much they were, but I got them from Amazon, and they're from Doris. I gave 2 of them to a friend so that she could use them as well. And I really like them. I use them a lot. So I've got my black paint in one, and this is just regular acrylic cheap craft paint, and white in the other. So we'll let that dry and then I'll flip it and do the other side. Paint dries really fast. Acrylic paint dries, and then I squirted out such a small amount, but that's that side. So that added a lot of cute detail. And then if you flip it, so see how much cuter it looks. I like it with that. So thank you, Kendra, for that idea. I didn't do it to my other ones, but I really like how much detail that added to it. I think that we're good. That acrylic paint dries so quickly. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around my edges. So the fine. You can always make your line thicker. Make it as thick or as fine as you want. I like using these markers from the Dollar Tree because they seem to be less fussy on different materials. That was cloth tape, so that's why it soaked in. My line got thicker there. I should have thought about that. But yeah, these markers from the Dollar Tree seem to be less fussy about the material that they go on. These will pretty much write on anything, whereas a Sharpie, sometimes they're like, no, I choose not to write on that right now. These don't seem to get clogged up as easily as a Sharpie marker. I've just had better luck with these pens, and they're cheaper. Sometimes you can pick up the Sharpies for $1 at the Dollar Tree. But these you get 2 for $1. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the cloth, just because it's cloth, it absorbs it so well that your line will get thicker. So I'm just going to go all the way around my cat. there. Like that, and then I'm going to take my white. Is sometimes, and it's not the applicator's fault, it's the paint's fault. You'll get like a paint glob in these and they'll clog up from that. So you just, when you start to feel some resistance, you've got to get that clog out of there. You don't want to squeeze harder, it might just go all over your project. So if you feel that resistance, you got to get the clog out over off to the side of your project. Okay, so there's my medium cat. Look how cute it is. Okay, so there's that side. And there's that side. So I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna do I'm gonna either do a big one and add it to the small one, or I'm gonna do a small one to add it to this one, or I'm gonna do a big one and a small one. So as soon as I get the other one or two finished, I'll come back and show you how I hook these back together.